Go time, and look at this symmetry on the boards. Both sides with white have started with what looks like it might be the Jabava London. We get the Kamara Khan on the green board with some exchanges. That is, very interesting start. Grishik already eating away his time advantage. Maybe gaining confidence, do you think, Ding here? Just every game that goes on, Tanya, it feels like he's getting better and better here.
He has to, right? I mean, there is this familiarity that happens with the format, the way he survived difficult positions, how he's managed to keep things under control. I agree with you, but look at that. You said Jabava London. What on earth is this? Both pawns have disappeared from the center of the board because there's no queen on the D line. Who does this trade favor?
Oof. Symmetrical positions usually favor white. With white, you have an extra tempo. That means you can create the first threat. But then again, if you don't use your extra tempo wisely, you might just get counterattacked. And I think the fact that Ding has been able to trade pawns, get a bit closer to symmetry, get closer to safety. With black, you have draw odds. I would be inclined to say this is good news for Ding, but of course, still very early to say. The other board, meanwhile, Vache de Grave is aiming to trade off some pawns, also against Denis Lazavik. One set of pawns have left the board, and it feels like that one may be a bit more, a bit more imbalanced these early stages, Tanya.
I do like what Grishik's done with his position. I like that he's put that knight on e3. The other knight can develop to g3 at the right moment as well, eyeing that f5 square. A nice sweet spot to jump into, but watch out for the h2 pawn. Don't rush into it. Always look for undefended pawns. The bishop lined up on the blue board right now by Ding Liren, eye-lining that pawn on h2. So the knight needs to remain on g3. David, looking at both our boards, as white, who is happier of the opening outcome?
I think Denis Lazavik. I think Grishik, yes, he's got a very strong knight on f5, but he can't be too thrilled. Also, the time disadvantage is now around 20 seconds. So Ding basically gave away a minute. And 20 seconds, you can kind of manage. Okay, it's growing to 30 now, but with draw odds, it's such a big advantage. MVL, the other board, he's got an isolated queen's pawn. He's got 20 seconds down on the clock. It's so tough to call, Tanya. I just don't know whose nerves are going to hold up. Definitely not mine. I think it's going to be a nervy game, the next few moves, that's for sure.
Love it. Love to see it. David, if you had to rate these four players 1 to 4 on their mouse skills, because so much of that will come down to the time scrambles, right? This is Armageddon. Flagging is not only allowed, it's appreciated, it's encouraged. Who's got the best mouse skills? 1, 2, 3, 4. Give me the David Howell player card.
Oof. I'm going to say Denis Lazavik, number 1. He's played so many bullet kind of tournaments now. He's always up there, so consistent with speed. Vache de Grave, joint first, maybe number 2. Grishik, number 3, because he's played in a lot of speed chess championships. But Ding, I don't see play online that much. I don't remember any kind of standout results for Ding, kind of in blitz bullet mode. So, Tanya, disagree, please. I want to be wrong.
Well, we'll find out, right? The proof is in the pudding. And look at that. The bar suddenly rises up. Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. It's not a fork, right? Because the queen on d2 is pinned. Tactics everywhere. Break this down for us, David.
Yeah, there were back rank checkmates. It's as simple as that. We'll just quickly backtrack just a couple of moves very quickly. It looked like black was about to win this d-pawn. He sacrificed the pawn, but d5, you cannot take it. If you take it with the rook, for example, same with the bishop. Queen takes, and there's a back rank splat here. That would be a checkmate. So, okay, he's keeping his pawn alive by tactics, Denis Lazavik. MVL guarding his back rank. And knight h5 played. That's the key move by Denis. He's about to swoop in with his queen. He's going for mate.
That's a big square. And a lot of black's pieces are offside, right, to defend it. Knight the only defender, and it can be kicked out at the right moment with a move like g4. Queen g5 comes in with an idea of knight f6 check. Watch out. h6. You can just fall back. The knight cannot move anywhere. Queen takes pawn will be checkmate. You have to slide over with your king, but now the queen has unpinned itself. Denis Lazavik about to win.
He's about to win. He was bobbing his head as well. He knew it. He was bouncing there, Denis Lazavik. So calm. He's just going to trade off now, take that rook. He's up the exchange and a pawn, and Vache de Grave needs a miracle. This is just over. Look at it. Trade off. Easy.
And look at that conversion from tactics to strategy to perfect conversion, right, of advantage. You've got that material advantage. You forget about checkmating, but going to the most simplified position. And this is the Armageddon. If Denis wins, it's over. The end of the Vegas dream for Maxime Vachier-Lagrave. A huge favorite in this match.
Yeah, and MVL did so well in Paris as well, in the Freestyle Grand Slam there. He had some great results, great wins, and it looks like he won't get a chance to repeat those. Now, knight takes pawn. It looks very, very straightforward, although bishop c6, maybe there were some tricks there, and Maxi Veseligrov resigns. Lazavik takes it and moves on.
What a moment this is. What a massive upset right now. Denis Lazavik goes on to the round of 8 and Maxime Vachier-Lagrave eliminated by that young Grandmaster Denis Lazavik continues to impress. And David, he really got one chance and he maximized it. He played it to perfection. Brilliant, brilliant finish and fine. And maybe you'll break it down for us later, but just incredibly well deserved for Denis Lazavik.
Yeah. He spotted his chance. He seized it with both hands. And right now, Ding looks like he's doing very, very well. These two black knights, these beasts in the center of the board, are actually hard to evict without creating weaknesses in the white camp. The white knight, meanwhile, stranded on the side here. Doesn't look great. G3 played. Now, the big question is, does Ding have to move his knight? Maybe he can sacrifice it. Maybe he's just going to step forward or back, I was going to say. And there are big holes. Tanya, Ding, he's in the driver's seat. Despite being around 15 seconds down, it feels like he's got a glorious position here with black.
And I think his bid, it's really paying out, right? Because he went down to 359 and the clocks are leveling out. He's played the opening, this part of the phase to perfection. He's got beautiful pieces lined up. Grishchuk on the defense, on passivity. The rook and knight on the left side. What are they even doing there? Now rerouting the queen to f6, to g5, to greener pastures. Comes in with a trade. c3 is a weakness. I'm really liking the speed with which Ding is playing and handling this position.
Yeah, great play. He's just keeping things simple as well, Ding. He's not being too ambitious. Sometimes being ambitious in these games, calculating a bit too much, can actually come back to haunt you. He's just happily trading off pieces. He's going to bring the black knight back soon, just to stop the, even trade off the white knight before it jumped in. And he's covering everything, Tanya. Super solid for black. And he's actually dead level on the clock now.
Only one open line on the board, and it's controlled by Ding Liren, the D file. He could also set up the Alekhine battery on it, getting the queens and the rooks to line up. More trades, better for black. Look at the way he's placed all his pawns on the queen side, on the light square, so that there's no more target for the bishop. The knight, as you pointed out, jumping towards the center of the board. But this move, it allows a trade that separates the black pawns. Is that going to be a bit of a weakness? Or is he relying on the D3 square eventually if queen takes queen happens? And it does.
It's a check. It's a check. He forces things off so he doesn't ruin his pawn structure. Now rook d3 at the end. It's a double attack. Ding is winning a pawn. And he just needs a draw. He's going to bring his knight out now, try and trade off for this white bishop. He should be able to get the draw. Just don't get mated at the back rank. h5, there we go. He wins this one. And he's up on time, Tanya. Surely this is Ding's to lose now.
I agree. He just has to keep his nerves. And that is something that we've spoken about so much in the last few years. Ding, he cannot afford to choke up right now. He's done everything right. The knight can come in, setting checkmating ideas. I think it was landing on the f3 square. Ding playing this perfectly.
And he's coming. The h-pawn is coming. We talked about it earlier.
Attacks the rook. He slides up. You could take the b5 pawn, but the h-pawn is just too quick.
He's just trying to do enough right now, Ding, to force a draw. He's not even playing for the win anymore necessarily. He's trying to get things off the board. The white rook can slide across and defend, but black can force things through. Rook e1.
6 seconds. There's no increment. Grishchuk, make a move.
Oh, just got no time.
He's got no time. He's got 3 seconds on the clock. He stops the queen. He's going to give up. Oh my goodness, he's going to give up his rook for the pawn. But a draw means Ding goes through.
It's the clock.
It's the clock.
I think they're getting the one. There was a fork on the c3, but oh, he could have taken the rook again.
But it doesn't matter, David. It's all about the clock. It doesn't matter what happens on the board. There are about 5, and there it is. Ding Liren, he does it. Both players can't believe what's just happened. Ding with a shake of his head with pure relief for Grishchuk. That is heartbreak. So close so many times in this match, but his dream to Vegas comes to an end.
Alexander Grishchuk devastated in the end, but we have to congratulate Ding for staying calm, staying cool, saving his best for last. Tanya, he was very impressive in that Armageddon, I'm going to say. He didn't even necessarily press as hard as he could have done. He knew a draw was enough, but Ding takes it deservingly and moves to the quarterfinals.